Hi, people. It's me again, Stacy Hazlitt, for the new viewers. Uh, Got to tell you about what's going on here in the near future. This coming weekend, a place called Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. They're having a Bigfoot, uh, dog man, paranormal, UFO, kind of a festival, I guess, going on there for the first time. It's going to be their first annual, and that's Punxsutawney. It's a few miles northeast of Pennsylvania, or Pittsburgh. So this should be a good event. I'm going to try to be there myself to see what's going on with it. Uh, that's the interesting news. Now, the other part is I got to tell two stories, and I don't have a lot of time to do it. But anyway, just went back down to Gatlinburg to do some few things down there we had to do. And while down there, I watched three bears run through the city just like they owned it. It was really funny. Uh, People were trying to follow them around and point at them and just carry on, and then you see people running, but the bears just walk through. They don't bother nobody. They just walk through walk right through the streets, the main streets, three of them. Like I said before, Bigfoot would love to have this opportunity. Not that they would do that, but they don't want to be harassed. Just like those bears don't get harassed, don't get nothing done to them. If they become a problem down there, they will capture them and move them. They don't harm them. They just move them. Some bears can be a pain in the butt. But anyway, to my other story, I met a man down there in Gatlinburg who is a hunter. And I approached him with one of my cards and said, "Hey, you believe in the Bigfoot?" "No, man." He says, "I've been a hunter all my life, and I've been hunting, and I haven't hunted for a long time. I quit hunting, but I used to all the time. I was always in the woods." I said, "You've never seen anything strange? Nothing?" He says, "Nope, never a thing." Okay, so later I went back and talked to him, questioned him a little bit more, and I says, there's things out there you just don't notice that are a little strange. And we got the conversation going. And he did mention to me one time, he said, "Yeah, I was out deer hunting one time, and I had a black bear follow me down the mountain. He followed me a long ways." And I says, "Really? How much could you see him?" "Oh, he was about 75 yards or 75 feet away from me in the woods. I didn't get a good look at him. I know he was a black bear," he said. "Oh, really?" I says, "Well, let me ask you this. When you was walking, did you stop and then he stopped?" And he looked, and he thought, "Yeah, he did." I said, "Did that happen a few times?" "Well, yeah, it did. I would walk and he'd stop when I stopped, and then he would walk when I walked." And, well, I just had to let him know, you know what? Bears don't follow you. Bears just, they try to avoid you, but they don't follow you. They don't stalk you. If a bear's going to attack you, they attack you. So I says, the only one that does that is the Bigfoot. I said, as much as you think anything of him, you had an encounter and didn't even know it. He just gave me the funniest look. Like, yeah, maybe it was. Well, what I'm trying to get across is there's a lot of hunters out there that have had encounters that don't know it. They might say, "Oh, I've never seen anything in the woods. I've never seen anything." Just like that gentleman there. He had one. He had an encounter, but I had to pry it out of him. The information he gave me as to what's going on. Yeah, he's a hunter. I ain't ever seen one, but he was being watched. And sometimes they don't let you know they're watching. They don't give you that effect of being watched or anything. They might just follow you and observe you. That's what they do. So anyway, that came out to be kind of interesting. I think I enlightened the man. I don't know if he's ever going to go back to hunting or not, but he did talk about when he used to go hunting. So now he's got something to think about. Anyway, the next thing I did, my last trip down to was with the conference. I went down there for the conference and had a pretty good time. A lot of things happened down there. The Foots let me know they was there. They made some noises in the weeds. I think I told you all this before. But anyway, something stuck with me about the Cherokee. So when we went back down there, I got looking. Says, "Is this got a lot of Cherokee people down here?" And I said, "Well, there are a few, yeah." Well, the Cherokee Nation, their reservation, is just a little ways off from Gatlinburg. It's in North Carolina. So I said, "Okay, we're going to go talk to them." So I'm on a cold run here. I haven't talked to anybody previously. I just went. I says, "I'm going up to Cherokee Nation, see what I can find out." I want to talk to the elders. Uh, the elders seem to know a lot. Sometimes I don't know. Depends on what Indian nation you're talking about. But I went up there and got looking around and found the museum, Cherokee Museum up there. I walked in and there was a woman in there, and she gave me some information to a woman that I could get a hold of that might know something. So I got a hold of that woman and told her what I wanted. I said, "I live with a Bigfoot." I said, "This is my life." I said, "They're in my life. They're everywhere I go. Uh, and I need to know if anybody needs." I'm trying to give out my information to people, what I know. And I'm trying to also absorb anything that I don't know. Like I said, the Foots only tell me what they want me to know. I don't ask questions. I just let them bring it to me. And this is how I've learned everything that I've learned. They've let me know. So if there's anything that I'm missing, uh, I'd like to find out. So anyway, I put my name out, my cards out, sent it to the proper channels, I guess. And they're supposed to get back with me. If not, I'll call this week and try to find out. But that's my goal right now. Is I'm going to the some of the First Nations people best I can do, and see what I can find out about their knowledge of what they call the forest people. Or they got many names for them. They're the first people. Speaking of names, everybody's wanting to name Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Hairy Man. They want to name him. They want to name him all kind of things. But the bottom line of it is, the only name that they know of, because it's self-explanatory. They were the first people here. They didn't need a name. They're just the people. They're the people. Why do we have to identify ourselves with a name? Because we're not around any other people to identify our names with. We don't have to be identified. We're the people. That's what they call themselves. Just we're the first people. That's what they are. And people need to identify with that more than anything. They're not. I mean, you can give them all the names you want. They're still the first people. That's not going to change. Uh, I've heard many things. People talk about what they want to be called or anything. I know they don't like to be called Sasquatch. They don't like to be called Bigfoot. I refer to him as Bigfoot because that's how you people out here all refer to him. And myself, I refer to them as the Foots or my critters, my clans, my critters. I don't think they have an objection to that. I haven't got any objections to it. But I do know that Bigfoot and Sasquatch is not well liked. So any other names they have for them, the Sabe and all that, I don't know. I don't know. But they have no name. There's nothing. They don't claim a name. They're just the first people. We're it. I mean, they didn't have to identify from anything else. So, like I said before, there's a lot of people coming up with what I've been saying. Hey, they're just like human. Yeah, they are. They're human. Just another brand, another breed of human from another plane. They are human. They have considerations of people. They uh, they want to be left alone. They don't want to be bothered, but they won't bother nobody. They scare people off, run people off out of their areas. They don't want people around them, so they do that. So that's what I got with the Foots for now. Now, what I'm getting into right now is me and Jack Quinn have been talking about this for a while, and just we're really trying to get serious about getting in here because we're wasting time. our schedules just don't seem to match to where we can get off and go down to visit with the dog man. The dog man is part of the topic of this thing. It's going on there in Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney is concerned the dog man. Well, me and Jack have been talking about it. We know we got to get serious about it and get in there and go visit. And our schedules they got to cross the right point for we can get together and go. He has things to do. I have things to do. But they don't seem to coordinate right now. But we'll get it worked out. But the dog man has become real prevalent. If you look at, I think it's Donovan, the Dread, or whatever it is, he's got a channel. There is a lot of forest rangers in the parks, the national parks, coming out talking about the dog man. Not talking about the Bigfoot, they're talking about the dog man. And there's a lot of people in these parks reporting things and sightings and stuff of the dog man. Now, I've always been told the dog man can't be trusted. That I don't know. I'm just telling you, this is what I've heard. I know they can be violent. There's things that have come up about the military using them for things, and that's on a lot of Donovan Dread and How to Hunt. Steve read a letter from a granddaughter of a Vietnam vet. Told quite a story. And the reason I believe it myself, they sent all these dog men in to wipe out a bunch of Viet Cong, and then they had to go in and clean up the mess. Look it up on How to Hunt. You'll find out what I'm saying is true. They had to go clean up the mess. Now, as being back in the Vietnam era, I paid attention to the news because I couldn't make the draft. I couldn't get in there. I couldn't pass a physical. But I kept up on the news, and I remember time and time again there'd be a confrontation between the Viet Cong and America, and you only got what the news wanted to give you. And they talked about, we did all this, we did all that, we know we took them all out. But they go in, well, we couldn't find any bodies. They must have carried them all off. No. Knowing what I know now, that never did set right with me. They could not find body parts, anything. They never found nothing. That was just unbelievable. Now I know what the deal is. I would just about bet they sent the dog man in, just like that lady said on Steve's show. Sent the dog man in, wiped him out, and then had to clean up the mess so nobody would find it. Because the dog man leaves a mess. And there's a couple stories about the dog man from another Vietnam vet that talked about a dog man went out and wiped out a bunch of people and come back and did all this thing. You got to watch these videos on Steve's to understand what I'm saying, but it's all true. Sounds fantastic, but true. Well, now that there's no wars, nothing going on, there's no use for the dog man, as I know it right now, they're all showing up real prevalent in different places. Hopefully they stay on an even keel like the Foots do. They have a bad attitude. You mess with them, you have a lot to pay. I'm trying to go at them with hey, I'm your buddy. I'm not here to hurt you. So that's what I'm going to try to do, me and Jack Quinn. And hopefully it'll work out and I'll be able to bring you back something about the dog man. I can't give you nothing about the Foots no more than what they let me. That's the trust we have between each other, and I won't break that trust. I'm not going to get pictures and say things that ain't right or nothing else. That's our trust. The dog man I don't have a trust with. I haven't met nothing with him yet. I just know they've been to my house. Now I don't know why. Well, anyway, that's about it for now. I'm running out of time. But hopefully, if I'm lucky and any of you show up, it's this weekend between 10 and 6 p.m. on Saturday, this coming Saturday in Punxsutawney. That's where they have the groundhog thing every year. So anyway, that all should work out. Hopefully a lot of people show up. I hope to see you there. And it's the first annual. It might be really good. There'll be speakers there and other things going on. Well, I got to go. I'm out of time. So see y'all later. Bye.